Hello, welcome to Revelator Alpha. I hope you're all well. So this video is all about using Harley Davidson branded products on your Harley Davidson. Are they the best to use? And should you be using them? And are there viable alternatives? Now, if you watch my channel, especially in the past, I've always talked about viable alternatives. And do you really need to buy the branding stuff? And do you really need to buy Harley Davidson, let's say, brake fluid, or Harley Davidson cleaners, or Harley Davidson polish, or Harley Davidson oil, that kind of thing? Well, for some, they would say, yeah, absolutely, just buy that, because that's going to be the best one to use on your bike, and that's the one that's approved by the manufacturer. I'm not so sure whether that's exactly true. Now, for my part, yeah, I tend to buy Harley Davidson oils, but actually the last batch I didn't. I used Castrol, I think it was, and the bike's been running fine, actually. There's no issues there at all. I don't always buy my spark plugs, let's say, from Harley Davidson. I don't all buy every part that I put on my bike from the dealership either. You know, I kind of shop around a little bit as well. But when it comes to cleaning products and things like that, I definitely don't use Harley Davidson products, that's for sure. But some people swear by them. Some people say, no, this is the best stuff you should get. So in a previous video, I went down to the dealership and I bought this engine brightener stuff. And I looked around and there was a viable alternative. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to spend the money here, £21, nearly £22. What's that, about $25, $26, which is really expensive, just for this engine revitalizer stuff. And it's branded, so it's Harley Davidson stuff. So I know you're paying the Harley Davidson tax. You know that it's appealing to Harley Davidson fans here. But is it really worth the money? And I kind of think, well, it is and it isn't really. I'm kind of undecided about it. But there are lots of products that are just not worth the money. Now, you could say about the merchandise as well. It's usually pretty good quality. But let's not mix our words here. A lot of this stuff is made in far-flung places, and it's made in the same factory probably that are making cheaper stuff as well. So it's all, you know, it's quality products, I suppose. But, you know, having that Harley Davidson label on it does add another 20 or 30%. I'm sure it could be even more, who knows. But in general, the merchandise is pretty good quality, but it's just expensive, right? Same with the products and accessories that you're going to put on your bike. Yeah, Harley Davidson products, I suppose they'd be pretty good for the most part, but there's likely to be cheaper alternatives on the market. So I'm just wondering, for you, would you put only Harley Davidson items, accessories, products on your bike? Or would you always seek the alternatives? And I think possibly when I first bought my Harley, I was kind of looking at only Harley Davidson products initially, but I soon realized that the pricing of these things is a little bit suspect. So I started looking at alternatives, and lots of alternatives out there for a fraction of the cost. I'm not saying they're always cheap, but I'm saying they're usually cheaper. Now, this could be for engine parts as well. Any part on your bike, you can usually find an aftermarket for it as well. Now, does that necessarily make them better in the long run than Harley Davidson owned products? Well, Harley Davidson themselves would say no, they're an inferior product. Obviously, the manufacturers of those aftermarket parts will say no, they are superior products. Now, we've just gone through this whole thing from Harley Davidson being ordered to allow people to work on their bikes, use non-Harley Davidson parts on their bikes, and it not affect warranties. But I'm not really talking about that issue, because really, I've always said, actually, within the warranty period, regardless of whether you're using Harley parts or non-Harley parts, anything that Harley Davidson as a manufacturer or any manufacturer can do to get out of paying for a warranty claim, they're going to try and do. So, but anything after that, then I would definitely say, yeah, fill your boots, go and do whatever you want. And especially if you don't care about the warranty, you know, you're just going to start ripping your bike apart and upstaging it straight away and doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things to it, then fine, you know, you're not going to worry about the warranty so much, are you? You're just going to plow on with whatever you want to put on there. But I'm just really talking about the superficial stuff, the stuff that you go into the dealership, you see on the shelf, and it's Harley Davidson only. As I say, it could be something as simple as a polish or a shampoo or I don't know, a sponge. Do they have a Harley Davidson sponge? I don't know. But whatever it is, could it be something you're putting on your bike? Could it be some electrical accessory that you could put on your bike? Is it going to be the best just because it's Harley Davidson? Or is it something that's good quality? It just so happens that it comes from Harley Davidson, but you're paying that little bit extra. I think the days have gone where you say you're buying something from Harley Davidson and you're paying that extra just for that extra peace of mind, let's say, because I think you can buy products from Harley Davidson and they're not that great in the long run, or you can buy stuff from Harley Davidson in your dealership and it's absolutely brilliant. It works fantastically well. Let us know in the comments below. But I've just bought a couple of products from my local dealership, and for the most part they've always been absolutely fine, and I've got to say the dealership that I go to has always been really helpful. Whilst I do have concerns at times in general, for the most part they've been absolutely fine. So this is not a reflection of them, it's not a reflection of Harley Davidson as a company, but I just question what it is about Harley Davidson products that makes them so good. Indeed, are they any good at all? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you again in another video coming very soon. Bye now.